This is one activity that I do that is probably the most favorite out of anything I do in my trainings. And I do Powering Your Sex Esteem, Train the Trainers. I do POM, Abuse Prevention Recognition. I do domestic human trafficking, and I work with retired police officer from the sex crimes unit, Wendy Lieber. I do lots of masturbation workshops, you name it, I can probably do it or find someone that will. I work with CAMH. There's 2 folks from CAMH today. We're doing a group with the forensic team because anytime there's a gap, I try to help fill it or find people that can. You have to be comfortable with the topic, obviously, right? So this particular game is great. It's called, well, you can call it whatever you want, Road to Relationships, or this is a relationship game. And I have 4 decks, and I'm going to hand out the cards, just each give you one now. We're just going to have a little conversation about some of the cards and how to play the game. If you want it, I'm going to be giving you my business card with some lovely lube and condom. That's from the AIDS group. You can email me if you want this deck, and I can give it you electronically. Then you can print it off and do whatever you want. Okay? I don't keep resources. I share them. You can do whatever you want because the more people educated, the better. I'm not someone who will keep it and not share it. Happy to do so. Another partner of ours is called the Shore Center, and they're in Kitchener. And this is part of their deck. So I had an older deck, but it had people like some older folks that the young people just don't even know anymore, and so I can know the age group of the people. But Rod Stewart was on it. People thought it was Donald Trump. You know, all sorts of like 70s, 80s kind of photos where they're just like, I don't know what that is. So we've had to up our game for the younger folk, and then changed our visuals. So these decks are great. But if you want Rod Stewart, the hand deck, I can give you that one as well. Depending on your age or crowd. What's that? No, but I'm going to make one because this is the beauty of these. You can make and add to it, and I have. I've just given you the standard, but depending on the people I'm with, yeah, that's the kind of thing you add to. So don't think of this as a sort of like a one-time deal. Make more cards. Yeah. Add more things that are reflective of the time. So Netflix and chill will be my new one, right? And you could spend hours looking for those kind of things or talking about those things. So. I'm going to give you guys, I hand out a couple of cards just to kind of start the conversation. Listen, there's rules. I'm not a rule follower. I think it's about how the people experience it. And we'll play it sort of a little bit in the beginning around what the rules are. Texas Hold'em, I don't even gamble, so I had to learn what Texas Hold'em was, but that's the concept of it. But the idea is more about what's on the card in the discussion than it is about sort of the rules, okay? So I'm each going to give you a card. Just to warm you up, and I want you to talk about if you would be friends with this person who had this quality or character. And this is basically what I'm handing out to you. Each card represents a characteristic or a quality of an individual. And what I want you guys to do is take a look at that and talk to me when you see this and tell me whether or not this person would be a good friend. And then I'm going to give you another card after that, and I want you to take a look at that character or quality and say, would this person be a good sexual partner? Would I be in a relationship with this person? The conversation is going to be, we're going to break it down, the differences and how you perceive a friendship versus a sexual partner, and how you look at a character or quality. Is it the same or is it different? But beyond that, I want you to explore and discuss what's in front of you, in it, personal or not, what you understand of what this is. And this is where this game can guide you with an individual really quickly. So you got to remove your bias and remove all the stuff that you think should be a certain way, and you have to ask that person what they know of it. And that's the hardest part of this game, and so that's why it needs to be played, and you need to kind of look at it, play it a couple of times. It's a great game with a bunch of friends over some cocktails. If you want to quiz people, or maybe there's somebody you have your eye on, just play the game with them and see what the qualities are and stuff. You know, you can weed out your list, whatever the case may be. But these are sort of the social characteristics that we see in society, I would say, in general, or things that we just take advantage of, we may or may not have discussions about. But it's more intentional when it's in front of you, when you're faced with certain pieces of this, okay? And I've been playing this game for 10 years with folks, the old version and now the new version, and I always learn something about people and about these cards that maybe I never thought of. right? Think a little bit further, so it's a very reflective game. So I'm gonna warm you up, and then what I'm gonna do after we do the 2 warm-up cards, I'm gonna get you guys to create a little group and then do it amongst yourselves, and I'll walk around and we'll chit-chat, okay? So let me go first, just to help out. So you good look at your card. So let's reflect on who you are as a person, what your personality is. Again, try not to bias, but would you be friends with someone who's a nervous person? You would? How about me? Would I be? You think I would be? Yeah. So as a friend, for sure, right? And what are they nervous about? So the idea is you have to figure out, well, what is a nervous person? What does a nervous person mean? What does that mean, right? Where is it from? And are they only nervous in certain places and not in others? And so this is conversation piece here, which is great, is there needs to be a broader conversation about what a nervous person is. And if I said no, why is that? And maybe it's just that you don't understand what nervous person means, or, maybe it could be that an individual's disability, it makes them more anxious, and it doesn't allow them to sort of be comfortable in their own skin when someone's really nervous, right? So depending on who the person is that gets this card and what their response is, you ask more questions and you probe about what this means and not make any assumptions, because sometimes this could be, I can't be friends with someone like this at all. For these following reasons, right? And so sometimes you dive into that a little bit more, but just to be conscious around having to explain more than what it is, right? And the visual here is for people that are not literate, and so the images help people sort of identify what a nervous is, because sometimes nervous is a really hard thing to visualize. So part of the cards, making these cards, the challenge is how do you find an image that matches what the words say? Right? So some lovely student, I guarantee, spent a lot of time in Google Images to find things that were going with the words. That's half your battle, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do, do I have to have this microphone on when we do this game? Or? Yeah, okay.
Talk loud.
So you guys take a look at your cards, think about it. What I'd like you to do is discuss it a little bit with your group, your table, about your card and your thoughts, and then I want you to come back and share if there's anything sort of profound or interesting that you guys figured out and discussed after that, just to get you warmed up, okay? Talk to each other. Okay, for the sake of time, let's just bring it in, because I want to hand out these cards and let you guys have a fulsome game so we can really dive into it. So who wants to go first around their card? Did anyone have a card where they absolutely wouldn't be friends with this person? It's a no-go. They would not be friends with this person, this particular character you got. Yeah, what did you have? Wants to have sex?
Wow.
See, this is very...
That's no brainer. Hello.
See, it's very...
I'll take that.
Yeah,
but
see?
So I'm 43 and I've been married for, I don't know that,
Forever.
but with my high school boyfriend.
Wow.
One
Don't hear that
person
very
in my
much.
life.
Okay.
I have a friend who wants to have sex with me. No, it's a no.
See? So immediately
That's it.
your response was, what is wrong with you? Why wouldn't you want to have sex? But when she tells you why, all of a sudden you're like, absolutely, that makes sense, right? So it takes a discussion and a conversation and more details to come out. Right? We can go down a rabbit hole of other discussions, but we're going to leave it right there. I'm going to mute myself on that one. But this is it. This is what's really great about it, right? So imagine if you had a developmental disability and someone gave that to you. I can tell you that card is received very differently, right? Absolutely, because most of our individuals are married, want sex really badly, and don't care who it's from often, in general, and also maybe gender, that sort of thing. And this card is such a different experience for people. So your response is not the typical. Guaranteed. Even you being married to your high school boyfriend, that is absolutely amazing. Also not typical, because even people who are married still would have sex with someone. right? So it's just so
They're married, but not
personal.
married.
Even if they're not married, whatever, they have a life partner, whatever the case may be, the sky's the limit sometimes in this game. And I think maybe just talking about sex just opens up the Pandora's box for some people.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, thank you for that. But yes, and so you take
Wide
your
open.
personal experience and then you think about how would this be received. So playing this game is important. Okay, who else would not, okay? You can trust them? You can. You want somebody you can't trust?
No. This picture.
Oh.
This picture.
Yeah?
Like, maybe that makes me, like, it's like, I think it's this kinds of abstract question or pictures.
Okay.
Because I don't want to make a relationship either this person or this person, both of them.
Yeah.
Because I believe that strong relationship is based on the independent. And so I don't want to make a relationship with a person who just let me depend on them. And also I don't want to make I don't want to depend on the others. So that's why this picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
See? See? Interesting, right? The balance, so not doing the opposite of that. So most people would say, yeah, I want someone I could trust. But yeah, that's a really independent thing to say. Very adult of you. Very mentally balanced of you. But see, those two examples are really great. You guys are getting it, right? One more? Someone you absolutely would be friends with or not? Sorry. Will.
Okay.
You will be friends with this person.
Yeah. Okay, well, my card says wants to date more than one person at a time. For as a friend, I'm like, do whatever you want to do, you know? Girl code. But as a partner, I don't think I would want that, you know? That would be like, you know, it's not for me. So, yeah.
Two perspectives, and that's what we're going to get into. So that's the other pieces. If you looked at the card one way as, would you be in a relationship or have a friendship? That's the game changer, yes. But would you be in a relationship? No. And this is a kind of card where you approach that characteristic so differently because there's more investment there. And so, again, this could be very different for different people. Again, I've had fully married people that were taking this workshop that said, absolutely, I'm okay with it. In fact, this is what I do, blah, 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 right? It's very personal, but it has to work for you and your partner. Okay? So listen, we're gonna get to it, because I think you guys get it. Unless anyone else is pining to talk to me about their card and really wants to get into it. A good kisser. What's a good kisser?
I'd like to think all my friends are good kissers. So
Yeah?
I
Okay.
am only friends with good kissers.
Okay. Have you ever tested that theory, or?
That's part of my, like, to get into my friend circle, that's part of what I do.
Oh, yeah?
Double check.
Awesome. So if you want to go make out over here, be friends.
I always like more friends.
Get a card later. Okay, so I'm gonna get you guys to kind of, I guess, into groups. So you guys, I think the 2, 4, 6 here, and then you guys here, and then you guys here. I have 4 decks. So the people who have the cards, can I just get them back quickly, and then I'm gonna just throw them to the front here. You guys can hang on to them, and I'll keep you the deck, and then you guys form your groups, and then I'll give you the deck. This is you. Okay, folks. Text and hold them. Have you ever played? Okay. Do you mind holding my microphone so I can, thank you. Okay, so you shuffle the deck like you would. I don't know if you can. It's kind of stiff. Love the word stiff. Okay? Okay, you give each person 5 cards. And you say, would you be friends with this person? And you give them the 5 cards.
I'll do it.
You have 5 cards in front of you.
Oh.
Take a look at your characteristics. If there are characteristics you don't like, you can give up to 3 back and get 3 more. If you give 2 back, you get 2 more. If you get 1, you get 1 back, game over. That's the hand you're dealt with.
Sorry, what's the
Each person?
Okay. Okay, so you have 5 cards. You take a look. Has low self-esteem, is confident, comfortable with their body, can tell you their feelings, likes to laugh. I love this person. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to, what do you call it? Hold? Whatever.
Oh,
Done.
I get it
That's my
now.
person.
I get it.
But if you have some, what is it called?
I don't know.
think it's hold, not fold.
Fold, whatever, hold.
Fold.
So I'm gonna keep this, I don't need to
my.
give up cards and get cards. But let's say I had 3 really bad cards,
I like that,
characteristics.
actually.
I get 3, I take 3,
Keep that one.
and then I'm only allowed to give up maximum 2. So it's happy, listens, this is a different color skin, I don't know. 2 crappy ones, can I have 2 back? If I get 2 out of these 2, can I give 1 up? Give 1 up, and then I'm done, I'm stuck with these characteristics.
I don't
So
like
you
one, though.
it starts with maximum 3 give up,
Okay, I'll leave this up.
to minimum 1, or you can just fold, whatever the word is, keep your deck. And then you have to, after you've done this part, you have to explain to the group your characteristics and whether this person is a good friend or not.
Well, this is friend.
Okay, this is friend, we haven't got into the, Netflix and chill version of the game yet. But however you want to play this game, you can just play this game and get all 5 cards and just talk. Or you can play it like a real game. Sky's the limit, right? But if you want to play like a fun game of cards, you can give up, put back. But at the end, you want 5 cards and want 5 characteristics.
I'm like more interested in making one up.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And you gotta have a card dealer, which, here, thank you. Pick leadership for the card dealer is. And then you just go around, take a look, a read. Sometimes as the card dealer, you might have to help people and ask more questions. Okay?
So if you like all, then one has to be.
Then they
File?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can, sometimes I only just give crappy. If I want to control a game, I only give the bad qualities, not the good qualities, so I can really understand the depth of what people's limits are in terms of characteristics, what they understand. So you can completely manipulate this game.